let me walk them through the Trade Nation
Don't
websites
worry,
while you
don't worry. I'll
start.
do that. I'll do
Okay,
that.
okay.
All right. So, to start with, we're going to start with the Trade Nation website. Okay. So what you do is the first thing is you try to log into the Trade Nation website. All right. So when you log in, this is how our page looks like. All right. So okay, let me go back all together so that to look so you log in, you come to the Trade Nation website, and this is what the page look like from the beginning. So you can actually click on account overview. That's the first thing you do. You click on account overview. Yeah. So when you click on account overview, it will lead you to your own account. Now, before you get here, you have to submit your account, your verifications to support at 4xc.com. Sorry, submit your verification to support at tradenation.com, and once that is done, you can now have access to your account overview. Okay. Now, when you're here, you can create multiple accounts. So you will see your account here. So we have a live account, we have a demo account, which is the same thing as the,
Please, if you're just joining, please, you can mute yourself from wherever you are, please. You don't really have to distract others. Please try and mute yourself, to ensure the serenity of our meeting, please.
We cannot see the screen though.
okay, no problem.
Please,
I'm
we
working.
can see your screen, please.
Can you see my
Check
screen
it
now?
again.
Yeah, we can't even see the screen.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
No, 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 we
Okay,
still can't see it.
No, not really.
okay, I'm coming.
No, we can't see it, please.
Okay,
Please
I'm working on
refresh
that.
it.
I can't see the code.
I'm in the account.
Okay, don't worry.
Pardon.
Okay, can we
Okay,
see my
we
screen
can see
now?
your screen now. Yeah, very well.
Okay,
We can see your screen now.
okay,
I'm at the website.
okay. So when you get to the website, you come to your profile. You go to the account overview, like I earlier said. Okay. When you're
Please,
at the account overview,
sorry, we simply check your screen. We can't really see it. We're only seeing your picture here. Please.
okay, I think it's better now. Okay, so when you come to the website, when you
Yeah,
log
it's
in, this
showing
is
now.
what you get. This is what you get. Okay. So the best place to go is come to your profile here and click on account overview. Okay, so when you get to the account overview, you the most important thing is we have trade with us, we have a few trading tools, but the first thing is if you're using your laptop, you can click on our platform and uh, download the platform here. All right, so it's very important you download the MetaTrader 4. So you click here and you download. It will appear on your downloads. I think I downloaded it on Saturday. So you have what you have is Trade Nation Trade 4 setup. So you can show it on show on your files on your folder, and you can now double click on it and install from there. So I actually already have mine installed. So this is what we have. All right, so it's very important if you're working with a laptop, you take your time and follow the process and install your MetaTrader 4. Okay, so I haven't done that. You can still come back to the account overview. You need to create a live and a demo account, and you can easily do that. You'll be given one automatically, but you can easily do that by clicking on manage
How can I
account.
do it? I'm using an Android phone.
You can actually do it by logging into tradenation.com. It's still the same process. All right. You click from your profile on your phone and you click on account overview. All right. You click on account overview and you will
Where am I
see
going to
manage
see the account
accounts.
overview?
Um, okay, just pay attention. All right. Just pay attention. On the top right corner, you can see your profile, your name. This is my own name. If you click on that drop box, you will see account overview. Does that make sense? I think on mobile, I'll try and use, okay, you know what I'll do? Maybe tomorrow I'll do this section from my phone so that I'll explain to you on the phone. Is that okay? So let today just be for the laptops. Are we okay with that?
Yeah,
So
no
once that
worries.
is, yeah, so once that is done, you can actually manage accounts. If I need more than one live account, I'll click on add, I'll select the live account, and I can select the account type I want. I'll put it, and also select the currency I want. I prefer trading my account in USD. All right, I prefer trading my account in USD, and I click on activate, and a new account will be sent to my mail. All right, I can also see the account number here. Now, the password of the account is the same with the password you used in creating, is the same thing with the password you use in creating the your account when you were opening account. So now for me to log into this account, this also applies to demo. I can actually create a new demo account from here. All I need to do is just add a demo account. So you can see these ones are live and we have the demo account. So I have what is the most important is the account number. Okay, so I'm going to pick up, copy the account number, and I am going now to the MetaTrader 4. For you to log in this account, I've logged in the first one. All right. So for me to log in this new one I created, I come to where we call the navigator. I'm going to take time to explain the MetaTrader 4 for us today. Okay, so all I need
Okay.
to do is log into the account, and boom, I paste my live account number. It's the same password, so I log in and it will come on. All right, so the new account will come on. So that is how you log in to the account. So for us to not waste our time too much, I'm going to continue. Remember, this class is recorded, so you can always rewatch everything that is being done. All right, so
Please, Stonebeer, can you kindly mute yourself? Stonebeer, please mute yourself wherever you are, please.
Okay.
okay, so today I'm going to recap the sections in the market. Okay, that is where we stopped on Saturday. So the first, getting the sections in the market, I said you can log into myforexfactory.com, log into myforexfactory.com, and when you log into myforexfactory.com, the first thing you do is, the forexfactory.com is a US website, so you have to correct the time to GMT+1. So this is my own system, and I'm already using it before, so my time zone is already to West Africa GMT+1. So once you do that, you save the setting and you scroll down to the bottom of the site, and there you will see the sections. Okay, you see the sections here. Now when you're here, these are the sections. We have three major sections in the world. We have the Asian section, London, and the New York section. The Asian section is divided into two. We have Sydney and Tokyo. But before I continue, I want us to take note of the graph here. Okay, it's a clock, and that clock is a 24 hours clock, starting from 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12, there were 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 1 p.m. down to 10 p.m. So if you clock it together, it's going to give you a 24 hours clock. So once you have what that means is this is just a normal 24 hours clock. Now, the market is usually 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in most countries, but because of the difference in time, the market is now 24 hours. All right, so it's important you know the section in which you're trading because it affects the news time and the volatility and volume in the market. With time, I'll explain all of these terminologies, or you can simply write them down and do a little research of your own. All right, so we have the first section starting 10 p.m. Nigerian time. So what you would do is you trace it to the top. You'll be tracing it to the top of the graph here. So this is the beginning. The signal session starts here and ends here. All you need to do is just trace it to the top. So respect to Nigerian time, signal starts by 10 p.m. and closes by 7 a.m. All right, the next section is Tokyo. We have Tokyo starts while the city session is still on, and it starts by 1 a.m. and closes by 10 a.m. So combined together, the Asian section starts by 10 p.m. and closes by 10 a.m. Nigerian time. Now, the major currencies traded in these sections, number one is the Japanese yen, the JPY. Okay, JPY is one of the most traded currencies in this pair, and Sydney is also based in New Zealand. So another major currency that's at that time is the NZD. Okay, we have the NZD traded at that time. So I think we also have the Australian dollar too as well. So these three currencies are the most traded currency. And one important thing to note is we have, because this market is in Asia, we have low volatility, especially during the signal session. The market goes in what we call a range. So especially between this 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., I don't advise anybody to trade as at that time, as it's characterized by very low volatility and low volume. And there's what we call spread as at that time. So it's not a good time to trade at all. Okay, so if at all you want to trade at night, which I also do not recommend, 1 a.m. is okay to start your trading. Now, after the Asian section, at 8 a.m. Nigerian time, the London section opens. Right, 8 a.m. Nigerian time, the London section opens and it closes by 5 p.m. Now, the London section is more like also a very big, one of the biggest markets. Okay, and the major currencies traded at that time includes the euro, the pounds, as well as the CHF, which is the Swiss francs. All right, so we have three major currencies traded at that time: euro, pounds, and the Swiss francs. So you'll now be seeing pairs at like euro GBP, okay, GDP CHF, okay, then euro CHF as well. And these are the three major ones, and these are the time the news for these currencies has been released. So with time, you'll be checking your calendar. You'll be noticing that maybe the non-farm, the unemployment rates, and maybe manufacturing PMIs for UK or for any European country or the whole Eurozone is being released within this trading time. All right. So mostly if you're not trading the Asian section, I think the best next time to trade is the opening of the London section, because Tokyo is still alive, London comes alive, and more volatility comes to the market. So it's not bad if you start trading your time. You start taking the market from 8 a.m. Nigerian time. Then the next section is the New York section, which has the most volatility as well as the highest volume in the market. Okay, this is where the US dollar is being traded alongside the Canadian dollar. Unfortunately, today the market, we have the US bank holiday as well as Canadian bank holiday, so the market is not live, kind of. So we also noticed low volatility and volume in the market today. So it's important to understand this timing so that you know when to trade. Now, the market is already 24 hours, so you cannot trade the whole 24 hours. Okay, so you have to choose the time in which you decide to do your own trading. And now, for me, the best time to trade is when the London and the New York section meets, which is from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. That is when the most volatility and volume is in the market. At that time, if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money. But if you do nonsense, you're going to lose all your money as well. So it's important you learn and properly understand what you want to do in the market. Okay, so I believe we properly understand the sections in the market. All right, so the next thing I want us to quickly learn is how to navigate the MetaTrader 4. All right, now whatever I'm going to be teaching on the MetaTrader 4 is also applicable on the MetaTrader 5. Okay. Secondly, I will teach how to navigate the MetaTrader 4 on phone tomorrow. So today, for those of us who have our laptops, we can just pay attention and learn properly on how to navigate the MetaTrader 4 because it's very important. This is the environment in which you will be trading. So immediately install your MetaTrader 4. This is what you will get. So pay attention. So the first thing we have here is the file. So here we have a lot of functions. We have new charts. So if I want to open a new chart, all I need to do is I just click on the new chart and I get to select the pair that I want. All right. Then I also have open offline charts. We have open deleted. Most of the files I've deleted could be saved here. I can create different profile. We're not going to go into that, but on your own you can play around with the charts. If I click on this British pounds, we have only pairs that have British pounds on it. Same thing with euro. Then if I want to close any chart, I can click on close, which is Ctrl F. Then if I want to save a picture, I can just click on Ctrl S, as long as you're on the MetaTrader 4. Then we have the data folder. For now, the data folder contains everything on this application on the MetaTrader 4. So it's important you don't play with your data folder. It has your history, it has your log, it has the MQL4. So where you can add external indicators and all that. With time, as you advance in learning, you can get to understand the data folder more. Then we have here you can open an account. So just like when I was trying to log in the account that I opened earlier on Trade Nation, you can log in the accounts here. So once you click on open an account, you can either be logging in the Trade Nation demo or the Trade Nation live. What I did the other time was the live. All you need to do is scan first of all. It's important to scan so that the server will load. Okay, and you can just next it and you click on existing account and you log in your account. Once you put the account and your password, you can finish the account and you'll be in. Okay, so we have after opening the account, we have login to account and all that. Also, you can from here you can log in your web trader. That is one of the most important section on the MetaTrader 4. The next important place is your view. Now, why I'm taking time to explain the environment is some of us might mistakenly work out on our laptop and somebody comes and spoil the settings. So on the view, the first icon here is your language. We speak English. So in case somebody mistakenly changes your language to French or Chinese or any other language here, all you need to do, click on language and take it back to English. It's very important you understand that. Then the next icon after the language is the toolbar. The toolbar is also very important. On the toolbar, we have three important things. We have standard chart, line study, and time frames. Okay, so if you see all of them are marked, all right. Now this toolbar is everything here. Everything here. Here is the standard, here is the charts, here is the time frame, and here is the line study. So anyone I uncheck will vanish. So let's say, notice this is the time frame. We have M1, M5, M15, which is 15 minutes. We have H1, we have D1, weekly, and 1 month. All right, so if I go to the toolbar and uncheck the time frame goes off. So when you notice that you mistakenly delete your time frame, all you need to do is come back to the view, click on the toolbar, and click the time frame, and it will come back. Same is applicable for any other function here. All right, if I click on the line study, it goes up. So all I need to do is come back to the line study. Another important place of the view is your status bar and the chart bar. The chart bar contains all the charts here and also your status bar. With time, I'll explain all of these things, but just more like a reintroduction to the chart. So if you uncheck, the same thing is applicable if you uncheck the status bar or the chart bar, everything here vanishes. So all I need to do is come back and click on it. So the next important thing here is your symbols. So the symbols is characterized by Control U. Now it contains all the currencies or pairs that is being traded, offered by any broker. All right, it contains all the currency pairs. So it's from the symbol you can add or remove any pair you want to trade. If you see, almost everything is highlighted yellow. So anything I do not want to trade, I can simply unhighlight it. Like personally, I don't trade exotic pairs. I'll explain what exotic pairs are later on. And all I need to do is double click on it. Like this CHF ZAR is an exotic pair, so I will click on it. I will not see it in my tradable list of that is on the market watch here. All right, so that's the symbol. So I can go back from the forex. This Trade Nation also offer a couple of indices that we can trade: US 30, US 50. We also have a UK 100, which is US 500 is the US Jones. Okay, we have Swift 120 and the rest. So then we also have energies apart from indices that is being offered. So we also have energy, which include our crude oil and Brent. Okay, then we have metals here. So this is what's from your Control U, which is your symbol. You get to see everything a broker is offering, which includes here your major and minor pairs and indices. We have a few energies, which is crude oil and gold and silver. So this broker, Trade Nation, offers forex pairs, major, minor, exotics. Then we have metals. We also have energy, which is crude oil and indices. So like I said, I don't like trading silver, for example. All I need to do is uncheck silver here, and I'll be left with only gold. Okay, I love to trade only Brent. I don't like trading crude. So fine. So what does happen if I click on this icon here? I will see all, like this is energy under metals. You can see I have only gold here because I have unchecked silver from my market from my symbols. Okay, then from here we have the market watch. Okay, so from the market watch you get a lot of information about each pairs. Okay, market watch is Control U, Control M. So from market watch you get information like the ask and bid price of each pair. You can right click and you can select what you want. You can select the time, the high and the low. One important thing we can select is also the spread, which I will explain later on as the class progresses. Okay, yeah, you can select the spread here. Then the next major icon is your data window, which is Control D. Here you can also get another separate information on a particular pair, the date, the time, the opening price, and for today the high and low and the volume traded. Okay, that's Control D. Then you have your navigator, which is your Control N. Here you can get a list of the accounts. The beauty is I can actually log in more than one trading account from the navigator. I already have one here. All I need to do is come and click on login account. I can now log in a different account here, as many as possible. Also on the navigator, I have a list of all the indicators on this metaphor here. All right, so I can select any indicator and actually drop on the chart. So we have your trends and your oscillators. So for example, I want a moving average. All I just need to do is drag and drop it on this chart, and I have my moving average here. Okay, as time progresses, I'll get to indicators. We'll also talk more on that. All right, so we have your terminator, which is your control T. All right, on the terminator is also very important. You get to see your balance, your exposure, your account history. Okay, you get to see your account history. You also get to see news. Okay, we have mailbox and the market where you can buy things if you want. All right, and we'll get to learn to use the navigator as time progresses. But this is where you can monitor your accounts. It's called Control T, terminal. Okay, they will have strategic tester. That is when you want to use bots or AIs to trade as time progresses. You also learn that. Then you have your full screen. It's also important to understand this. When I go on full screen mode, everything vanishes on the charts. I have my full screen, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, then if I want every other thing back, all I need to do is click on full screen and everything will come back. Then we have insert. From insert, we can add indicators, we can add lines, channels. These are like trading tools that we'll learn how to use as time progresses. They will have the charts. We have different types of charts. We have candlestick charts. We have bar charts and line charts. We also learn how to use all of that. And we also have foreground charts. We have our time frames template here. I'll teach us how to save template as time if time permits us. We can always refresh the chart if it's misbehaving. Okay, from the chart we can zoom in plus, or we can zoom out from the chart minus. Now the beauty is we can also right click on the chart and this thing will come up. All right, what I just did will just come up. Then the next icon there is your tool. Okay, you can click on new orders. This is where you can also buy or sell, and you can click on your history center. You can have options to edit your server, your charts, what you want, your trades, if you want one-click trading or not, and so on. Then we also have the windows. You can create different windows if you want. Okay, you can ask a few questions here online and search and you'll be guided. Now after that, now the beauty about the metaphor is most of the functions are repetitive, so you can see some functions repeated at different places. If you notice on the file we have new charts. All right, now we are seeing the new chart repeated here. So instead of going to the file, here's a shortcut, a better shortcut. And the beauty again is on the market watch, I can also right click and get a new chart window. All right, so I have GEO opened here. I think I don't have GBP. Let's say USD CHF. I don't have it open, so I can just right click and open new charts, and I have my new chart opened. Okay, so we have a profile here, which was what we also saw here from the file. So profile. So most of all the icons here are standard and they are just repeated. This is the time frame. I will explain the time frame as time progresses. And now, before I continue, just a quick one. I want us to understand that sometimes when things begin to go bad, we become apprehensive and feel everything is scattered. But no, you can actually move most of these icons around. Everything here can be moved. So I can actually move my time frame and drop it on the charts. All I need to do is left click and now drag it to anywhere I want. So I can put it back here if I want. All right, so just in case it is gone, I can just, you mistakenly move it, you can just left click on it, pick it back and drop it where you want it. Same thing is also applicable to the market watch. You can mistakenly pull it out. Same thing is also applicable to the navigator. You can mistakenly pull it out. So all you just need to do is pick it back and take it back to where you picked it from, and also take it back and pick it to where you picked it from, and you'll be good. All right, then a quick one, you can, I think the market watch is usually up, so I can also pick it up and take it back to the top. All right, and another thing I want us to observe is we can actually modify how I want the length of my navigator to be from the chart. This is the best size though, but I can take my cursor and take it to the boundary and modify. All right, I can actually do that as well. It's important to learn to understand that. Okay, it's important to learn how to do that. Okay, so then you can also take it back up. All right, you can take it. You can also from the terminal scroll up and scroll down. In case you have many trees you want to see, you can easily scroll up and scroll down just for your convenience. Okay, it's important you also know how to do that as well. So all I have to do is drag this back to the size I want. Then I can also take this and make sure it's is on the top side along the side. Okay, so just making sure everything is back to normal. Now in case, okay, so I'll take this back down. Okay, then I can press my Ctrl T, the terminals will open and will close, so I have my full screen back. So this is exactly how the chart was initially. Now most of the time I don't like my charts being like this. Okay, so the best thing for us to let's learn how to edit our charts to have a clean chart, a normal chart that is universally accepted. So for us to do that, I believe we're hearing me and we're learning. If you have any question, just type on the chat box. Yes, somebody asked, we're going to share the video recording on the group. Yes, I will do that. Okay, so for me to do that, all I need to do is right click on the chart. I'll click on properties. All right, now when I click on properties, I can choose the color scheme that I want. So I'll come again with that. Right click on the chart, click on properties. I'll select the color scheme that I want. I prefer black on white. You can choose any other one. You can choose green on black, but for the essence of this class, I'm going to be choosing black on white. So we have the foreground as white, background as black, and I do not touch my grid. Then the most important thing is the bar up, the bar down, the book candle, and the bear candle. So the bar up is when the market is buying, while the bar down is when the market is selling. Then the book candle is the buys, while the bear candles are also the sell. These are easy things to understand when you understand the character of the animal. If the bull were to attack you, it attacks with its horn, pushes you from the ground and pull you up. All right, that is why it's called the bull market, and because the market is going up, so it's now referred to as bull market. When the bear is attacking you, the bear attacks from the top to the bottom, hitting you down with his arms and pressing you to the ground, and keep pressing you until you're completely flat. Okay, that's the bear. Yeah, that's why the market is referred to as bear market. So I'm gonna, because the general accepted color for buys is green, so my bar up is going to be green. I can click on the color combination and just select the green color, or I can easily type in the green, impute the green. So the bar down general accepted color is red, and I can now select red. Book candle is green, and because it's also a buy, and the bear candle is also red. So those are the things I will be majorly changing. All right, and once I'm done, I can now press OK. So this is what we have, and we also have the bar chart rotate appearing here. So remember I said we have three types of chart. We have bar charts, candlesticks, and line charts. So I can change it to candlesticks. Then I press Ctrl G to remove the grid. One important thing I want us to take note is Ctrl Y, which applies your time separator. All right, that's the time separator. I'll explain the time separator normally, but once you're done with this, in order not to repeatedly do this, all you need to do is you have to save it as a template. All right, so I'll right click on the screen I'll click on template and save. So the template bar comes up. Well, a few default template here, but I can now save this as clear charts. Okay, you can save it with whatever you want. I can save it with clear chart, or I can save it with my name or Socam FX. All right, so it's saved. So when I open, if I click on here, and let's say I'm opening the gold chart. All right, I open a good chart. I'm going to have a blank chart. Now, instead of going back to the properties and start editing all over again, I'm going to right click on the charts. I go to templates. I will now load the Soccer FS I have previously saved, and I'll have a clear chart. Okay, it's as simple as ABC. Okay, so this is what we have. This is what we have. And okay, so I believe I'll explain the chart in a nutshell. Now, one important thing we need to understand today is the chart is simple. Okay, I believe we all did mathematics in secondary school, even junior secondary school, and we all introduced to a graph, and it's called y versus the y and the x-axis. So the same thing is applicable here. We just have the y and the x-axis here inverted, but here we don't have, it's not y and x-axis. What we have is price against time. Okay, we always have price here and we always have time here. So the chart is just a graphical representation of price against time. So at every point in time, I can categorically tell you the price of any currency against another at the time and at the date. Okay, I want to believe you understand that. So I'm currently on a gold chart. So let's say I even go to the 1 month chart. I can tell you the price of gold in the year 1997. That is how beautiful it is. So let's close our navigator. Now you understand why some people love to invest in gold. Okay, so as at 1997, the price of gold was just simply $255. But as at beginning of this year, I can now tell you, okay, the price of gold was at 1,800. The highest the price I've gotten to this year was 2,077. All right, so I can tell you the time. Now the crosshair, which is your Control F, you can use it to now highlight these candles, and each time frame tells you different story. Okay, so I'll just use now to explain what the time frames are. So we're just trying to learn the metaphor environment today. So this is your monthly time frame. The time separator for the monthly time frame is now yearly. So what it is called a monthly time frame because each candle represents it takes 1 month for each candle to form. So on the time separator, we'll simply have 12 candles. You can take your time to count later when you download the MetaTrader 4 and you are on the monthly time frame. So it takes 1 month for each candle to form. It means that we will have 12 candles in a year. So the time temperature is 1 year. Then so all you need to do is I can easily go to a particular year. So let's say year 2000, which was during the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I could say that on the 1st of the month, okay, 2020, gold was just 1,518 per ounce. Okay, but before the end of the pandemic, gold has already gotten to 2,000. So a lot of persons became scared of different assets and chose to invest in gold. Okay, so that's why the price of gold will continue to go high because it's a safe asset. All right, so I'll go to the weekly time frame. This is also the time separator is also, these things are not rocket science. Everything I'm teaching is very practical. All you need to do is click on your crosshair. Okay, you can see that the crosshair is your Control F. So take note of that. Your crosshair, once you press Control F, your crosshair comes to light. So you can check the time zone. So this is the 1st of January 2023. This is going to be the last day of December 2023. This is the first day of 2024. So on the weekly time frame, what we also have on the time separator is monthly, is yearly, is a yearly separator. But here, each candle, because it's weekly time frame, it takes 1 week for each candle to form. So we'll be having a gross number of candles at 52 candles on each year on the time separator. Take note of that. Okay, so it now, since this is now the beginning of this week, so last week we will say gold was buying because what we have here was a green candle. Currently today is Monday. Because of the bank holiday, there was no much activities, the scarcity of dollar, so dollar is strong, so dollar is going down. I'll explain that later on. Okay, and I believe by what I've said now, the assignment now is tell me the time separator for, I will say the one for the daily. From here is 1st of 2003-08-01, which was 1st of what, August. Right, so this is 1st of what, September. This automatically becomes 1st of what, November. So on the daily time frame, it takes 1 day for one candle to what, form, and the time separator is what, monthly. It's quite simple. So for H4, we have, is going to be, that is an assignment. All right, so that is going to be an assignment for you. Then and you can answer, I'll look for a way. I'll ask that question tomorrow before we start. Okay, now let me just go straight to explaining the base and the quote currency. I believe in a nutshell, I've explained the metaphor environment. All right, I've explained the metaphor environment, and with time, you also get to understand it when you download it. And the more time you spend with it, the more understanding you get. Some persons are saying they can't see my screen. Are you seeing my screen now? Please just say hi. Okay, I believe you are seeing my screen. Okay, so let's quickly explain what the base and quote currency is. Now, the base and quote currency is quite simple. So for any currency pair, I think I'll use, let me use a currency instead of using a commodity. All right, so we're going to be having a clean chart here. So what like I earlier said, I said the chart is just a function of price against time at every point in time. So what this simply means is on every chart we have a base and a quote currency. The base is the one on the left, while the quoted currency is the one on the right. So here dollar is the base, the euro is the base, while the dollar is the quote. And the base is always 1. It's quoted by what is on the right hand side here where my cursor is. So at every point in time, so as of today, we can categorically say that 1 euro is equivalent to what is being quoted here at this present time. 1 euro is equivalent to $1.07933. All right, I believe that makes sense. 1 euro is equivalent to 1.07933 as we speak at the moment. Then as of on Friday, 1 euro, the highest the euro was, 1 euro was equivalent to 1.088115. Then while last week Thursday, because I am on the 1 minute time frame, that is why. So on the 1 minute time frame, I'm already answering the question for the assignment. The 1 minute time frame is a daily time separator automatically. So this is the beginning of today, Monday. So I can easily go to the weekly time frame and tell you that in 2012, 1 euro was so amount. All right, I can categorically tell you as last year around November, 1 euro was equivalent to $1. 1 euro was equivalent to $1. Okay, but currently the euro is higher than the dollar currently. But towards the ending of October last year, September last year, the dollar was slightly higher than the euro. So the price of the currencies are constantly changing. That is what the chart is basically representing. Okay, change in price. Okay, over time. Simple. I believe we understand what the base and quote currency is. But what we need to understand as forex traders, for us to practically understand the whole essence of forex trading, this is the number one basic fact you need to comprehend and understand. I'm going to call it a wrap for today, which is one, when the base, so we have two scenarios. First scenario is a currency is either strong or weak at every point in time as a function of the prevailing economic conditions. So based on any economic condition, either due to poor employment data, or poor, or let's say negative balance of trade, we can say a currency is strong or weak. All right, so first scenario, a currency is either functioning as a base or as a quote. Like here, the dollar is functioning as the quoted currency, but here it is functioning as the base because we have USD as 1 year quoted against the Swiss francs. All right, so case scenario number one, if a currency is strong, as the base you buy it, as the quote you sell it. So we have two functions. The currency is either weak or strong as a function of economic conditions. So if it is strong as the base, you buy it. Once it is functioning as the quote, you will sell it. So in this case, I said today that invariably, because of the bank holiday, dollar is strong. So since dollar is strong as the base, we will what? Will buy. While if it is functioning as the quote, just like in this case, you notice that the dollar is what? Selling. So you can take your time and write that down. If the currency is strong, as the base you buy, as the quote you sell. While if the currency is weak, as the base you sell, as the quote you buy. So let's say today we have euro. Euro has been weak from towards middle of last week. Last week Thursday and Friday the euro was very weak. I think there was a fundamental analysis that led to that weakness. I think their manufacturing PMI came up negative. So euro here as the base was now what? Coming down. All right, euro was now coming down. So if euro was to be a quoted currency, it means it should be what? Going up. So I'll just do a recap of that. Two scenarios: the currency is strong, you buy it as a base and you sell it as a quote. And if the currency is weak, as base you sell it, and as quote you buy. I know it's not going to the same thing currently, but with time you will come to understand these basics. So this is more like the fundamental around forex trading. And with this, I'm going to give time for a few questions. I'll call it a wrap today so that tomorrow we can continue. So any question so far? Any questions so far?
Okay.
Just type me your question, or you want to speak, just stay on the queue and I will ask you to speak.
Okay.
Just raise your hand.
Okay,
Is
I think
David okay?
we don't really have much questions today. Tonight, maybe if they have any question, they can kindly DM any of the admin on any of the groups they find themselves. We don't have any question, and I think we barely have a few minutes to
Okay, you
go.
said when is the currency at the base? The one
When
on
is the
the
current?
left hand side is the one on the base. The one on the left hand side is always the currency, is always the base currency. So like on the charts here, we have euro USD. So euro is the base. It's quoted here on the right against the dollar. So dollar becomes the quote. Does that make sense now? How here, this euro CHF. Dollar here is the base, while CHF is quoted against the CHF. So $1, the base is always 1. Then why the other one is the quote? So here, the base here is the gold, while the quote here is the dollar. So the gold here is always 1. It's quoted against what we have here, which is, it means $1. I mean, sorry, 1 ounce of gold is equivalent to the current price, which is $1,938. Okay, I believe I've answered that. Okay. So we'll call it a wrap for today, and tomorrow, please, exactly 8 o'clock, we kickstart the class and continue from where we stopped. If not for